What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gaming, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the rare animations in Apex Legends up to date, and I'll also be going over the ones that have been debunked briefly, and then we'll get on to the ones that still exist in the game. Now, the first things I'll debunk are the Octane rare animations. I'll put some clips up on screen, and I'll also leave a link down in the description on how to make them. I spent some time in the firing range trying to make them. I think you either have to be really precise or I was just doing it wrong, but I was watching the video pretty well and I thought I was doing it right, but for some reason, since they can be made sometimes and not made sometimes, I honestly don't know what the deal is. So for that reason, I'm just going to leave it out, but here they are, right? That's basically it. The other thing I want to briefly talk about is the Wraith OK sign animation. Now, regarding this, since like if one person complains at Apex, they'll take it down, because sometimes people refer to the OK sign as a hate symbol for some reason, so that's probably why they took it out of the game. There are no clips of it past Season 1 and into Season 2 through 8 currently, so if someone has a clip, they should put it up or send it to me, but for those reasons, I have to say that this has been taken out of the game, which makes it impossible and not rare, so it is impossible to produce this or something like that. People still say it happens, but I'm gonna get on with the rest of the video. Let the debate rage on in the comments. The first rare animation we have today is the Mirage heirloom animation. Now, this one is one of the more interesting ones. Every heirloom comes out with different ones, and this was definitely unique, but of course it's understanding that they always talk about Mirage, he loves his pork chops, that sort of thing. Now, with this being said, there are some interesting things that the devs have said about this. There's still some things that we haven't figured out with the Mirage heirloom. Let me know if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I'm pretty sure everything has not been discovered. Apparently there's one more Easter egg to be discovered with the heirloom, and I'm sure it's right, it's just waiting for the right combo to be done before it can activate. But right now, the rarest thing that we know of that it can produce is the Porkchop. Now, this animation is pretty cool, right? It's a pork chop. You guys will see in the clip. It's very interesting, like how you can make it summon. This person started off throwing a grenade and then meleeed immediately, and then the pork chop came out from the left side of the screen. So somewhat of an interesting animation. Of course, it only lasts a couple seconds. The interesting thing about this animation is the pork chop can appear in multiple ways of hitting people. Sometimes it'll come in from the right side and sometimes it'll come in from the left side. This was a rare one, which I asked the maker or founder of this clip if it was okay, and they said yes. And in it, it kind of shows them like bopping the pork chop, which was interesting. I've never seen this unique of a clip before, so that's why I included it in the video. The next heirloom I have to talk about today is the G7. Now, this one goes back all the way to Season 1, if I'm right about that, but there have been clips recorded at all times of the game with this happening. There's only a couple clips, but they range from different times, and it still happens to this day. I tried to do it in the firing range, but no luck, right? Because it is still a very rare thing to happen. What's interesting about this shot right here, or just how it's been, is there's actually no other really rare gun animations. The G7 is special because it's the only gun that could have an animation reloading from the top, since all the other ones rely on mags with a hard over surface on top, so they couldn't just shove it through the top, of course. So that's what made this one so unique, and that's what makes the G7 unique in general. It doesn't happen often, but it is still an interesting animation, if you will. Of course, like every other animation, only lasts a couple seconds, and it happens pretty fast. I wish this was a normal animation that played, because it is a really nice, but it's just one of those rare Easter eggs that occurs in Apex. Next, the final animation I have to share with you today is the Revenant. But it's not the same Revenant animation that you probably are thinking of. It's not the one where he pushes in the eyes with his hands when he's summoning his totem. This is another alt animation. It's when he rises up and then he does this very unique animation with his hands. It's very fast and it's very quick and very rare, to be precise. This animation is very hard to create. If you'd like to create it yourself, there is a way to stand in between the gun stalls and the firing range, and you can just like infinitely summon totems because they'll keep disappearing while you try to summon them in between the gun stalls. Then eventually the alt energy, right, it will return and you'll be able to continually, infinitely summon Revenant totems until you get the one that you want. Also really cool thing, I also couldn't produce this one either. It is very rare to come by this one. It's somewhat rare to get the skull one. That one's kind of like one tier below. But besides that happening, that's about it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Subscribe for more. At the time of recording this, we're almost to 1K, so that'll be a super big milestone when we hit it. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.